Job opportunity in Guinea-Bissau is very slim. A lot of youth in Guinea-Bissau are not employed, but they have strengths. They can give their contribution to Guinea-Bissau, but they are not employed. Why? Because our system itself doesn't pay attention on the young people to give them opportunity.
Talvez eu falar primeiro fator para a importância de um jovem poder aprender serralheria. Bom, antes de ir para a escola, nunca recebi só serralheria.
English can help me. English can help me in school and in my future work.
The courses that we are offering has a lot of benefit for the community because if you can see, it is the only center here in Kanchungu that offer this kind of training.
E mais melhor para biaos um dia não é no mundo tecnológico. Manga deles está na mexina muito, ela faz ser trabalhos facilmente no mundo tecnológico.
De lá não aprende coisas que nunca consigo fazer. Consegui aprender estudar mangas e disciplinas lá. Que é para Excel, para Word, para PowerPoint, tudo nós estudamos. Depois li inventa exercício e faz com que não consiga fazer minha vida particular e com minha família.
It is not training people only in having professional skills. It is trying to bring people to Christ. That's why before starting classes, we have that 10 minutes that we take to share the word of God, to pray together and help each other.
Não consegui manga de experiência religiosa, também de manga de também. No mundo, um homem capaz de viver só sem palavra de Deus.
To develop a country is a common effort. Jesus said, if you cannot do well with the small one that I give you, I will not give you more than that. We want to take this small thing that we are doing now, we want to do it well. So that tomorrow we can be given more than that and administer it well.
Welcome to Dine-In and Discover West Africa. We're coming to you here live in Fresno, California. Welcome and let's get started. Fanga alafia ashe ashe. We sing hello to you ashe ashe. Alafia ashe ashe.
right, what a great way to get this night started. Thank you so much. That was amazing. For all of you joining us, these guys are Libota and Monda. They are incredible djembe drummers, and they will be back here later on tonight. You don't want to miss it. My name is Chris Collins. I'm the Executive Director of West African Vocational Schools, and I'm so excited to be here with all of you this evening. I know that so many of you have been a part of the Dine and Discover West Africa dinner banquets that we've had each year here in the California Central Valley. And I am just so thankful that you can join us here virtually this year. You know, these events that we've had each year are just fun celebrations where about 500 people just gather together, enjoy some good food, some live music, and just celebrate everything that we've been able to accomplish working together in the last year. And this year, going virtual, we decided to call it Dine-In and Discover West Africa. And even though this is, in fact, a virtual event, I believe that all of us are, in a sense, coming together tonight. Even though we're located in all sorts of different parts of the country and even parts of the world. And one of the advantages of being a virtual event is that we actually have folks joining us from outside of just the California Central Valley. And so what I actually want to do is I want to ask you a special favor, especially if you're joining us from outside the Central Valley. If you can go ahead and take a moment to just take a photo of yourself holding a handwritten sign. It can just be pen and paper with the name of the city and the state that you're joining us from. And then just email that to info@waveschools.org. And we're actually going to share those photos later on this evening, just as a way to celebrate all of us being here together tonight. Now, I know that many of you joining us are at watch parties that are being held right here in the Central Valley. Believe it or not, we have 18 watch parties happening right now, about 180 people spread out across these watch parties. And these are just groups of friends and family, small groups who have gathered together. And so thank you so much for those of you who are joining us from those watch parties. And we have so many people to thank for helping make this night possible. I want to start by thanking our volunteers, incredible volunteers who work so hard to bring all the pieces together, our event sponsors, our event partners, our watch party hosts, everyone pitching in to make tonight a fun and exciting night. So our fundraising goal tonight is to raise $150,000. And it's a big goal, but I believe that if all of us can come together to reach that goal, then that means that hundreds of young men and women in one of the world's smallest and poorest countries will be given something that is so critical and so basic, and that is an opportunity to work for a brighter future. And that's what tonight is all about. That's why we're here. Now, I want to actually take a look at how we're all doing as a group, how we're doing towards reaching that goal. And you can see that you've already raised $31,818, which is really amazing. Now, half of that came from just the ticket sales, the sponsorships, and then we even had a fun little competition among the watch parties earlier this evening that raised some funds as well. And I'll tell you about that later on tonight. And so all those funds, as you can see, were actually doubled. They were matched dollar for dollar. And that's because we had a group of 13 generous donors come together who have pledged to double everything that's raised tonight until we hit that $150,000 goal, which is just really amazing. So now, one of the ways that we're going to reach that goal is through an online auction. This is an auction that's happening right now as we talk. It ends at exactly 8 o'clock. Now, anyone can participate in this auction. All you have to do is go to 32auctions.com/DDWA. And that stands for Dine and Discover West Africa. Now, if you're watching this on our website or on Facebook Live, we're dropping the link in the comments, so you just click there as well. And we have about 25 great items up for auction tonight. We've got gift baskets. We've got art from West Africa. And we've got a few other items that I just want to feature right now because they're pretty amazing. The first is a 2-night stay at a cozy cottage out in the Central Coast in Cambria. We also have a 3-night stay at a 5-bedroom, super spacious cabin up in Hume Lake. It's got this incredible outdoor deck. You can sleep 10 or 12 people there. This item's gone for $2,500, $3,000 at the fundraisers that we've had in the past, and so definitely get a chance to bid on that one. And finally, the last item that I want to feature is a really unique one. This is a flight departing from anywhere on a private plane departing from Fresno on a private plane to anywhere in California. Not just, I think it says 200 miles there, but it's actually anywhere in California. So the way this works is that you and a special someone, if you're the winner, you and a special someone can get on a plane departing from Fresno on a Friday, land in Napa, land on the Central Coast, land in San Diego, and then on Sunday, your pilot will pick you up and fly you back to Fresno. So really amazing deal. The champagne on the flight is included. Definitely bid on that item if you can. It's going to be worth it. So I'm excited about where we're going. It's going to be a big goal, but I think we're going to get there. And I want to share with you something for a moment. I know some of you know that I have been with Waves for almost 10 years. In December, it will be 10 years. And the reason why I've been so committed to this cause is because we have a very simple and clear mission, and that is to equip West Africans with life-changing job skills. And as a Christian organization, as folks who are doing our best to follow the example that Jesus has set for us, we believe that this whole love your neighbor thing means that we love our neighbor no matter who they are or where they are in the world. And so we've actually chosen to focus our work in one of the least forgotten, or I guess I would say almost forgotten, corners of the world. A tiny country called Guinea-Bissau is literally one of the smallest and poorest countries in the world. But this is home for 1.8 million people. It's their home. But unfortunately, home is a place where most people live off of less than $2 a day. It's a place where only 1 out of 4 people even make it through high school. So for most folks in Guinea-Bissau, they're growing up knowing that they're facing a life of poverty. But we've seen that young people in Guinea-Bissau, they are ready and they are willing to work. They are ready and they are willing to lift themselves and their family out of poverty if they're given the opportunity. And the Wave School does just that. Students come here to learn trade skills like welding, computer basics, language skills like English and French. And at the same time, we've set the school up in such a way that it serves as a platform for its instructors who are coming from the West African church community to be able to build relationships with their students, invest in their skills development, and share with them the good news, the message of lasting hope. So I'm just so excited about the way that we are approaching this work. So excited for all of you who have joined us and become a part of it. And the exciting thing is that we've seen that this is working, that it's working. Because when we look at the numbers, we see that a year after students graduate from the Wave schools, 3 out of 4 of them are either working or they're continuing their studies. They're succeeding. And we've seen that 2 out of 3 graduates report a significant increase in their income thanks to the training that they've received. So it's so exciting that we all get to be a part of something that's having this impact on hundreds of people, a lifetime of impact on hundreds of people every single year. Now, one of those folks is this guy, Ciro, who I met in Guinea-Bissau. And Ciro's story is that basically when he was growing up, he was informally trained to be a welder. So he learned just enough to be able to patch up old rusted out cars, do some basic auto body work basically. And this kind of work didn't really pay much, but it's all that he knew how to do. But a few years ago, he hit a crisis point in his life. his sister passed away, and suddenly he became responsible for raising her 4 orphaned children. And at that point, Ciro basically knew that he needed to find a way to be able to provide for these kids. But he knew that as a welder, he could earn more money. In fact, he had clients who had asked him to take on more complex jobs like custom metal doors, designing and building custom metal doors, designing and building security bars, things that took a little bit more know-how, but that would pay a lot better. So what Ciro did is he knew about the Wave School, and he knew about the great welding training program it had. So he signed himself up, went through the training, and went back to his shop, put his new skills to use, and started taking on all sorts of jobs to be able to provide a better income for himself and his 4 nephews and nieces. And I asked Ciro to tell me, you know, what his experience was like. And what he said was, the way I learned to weld when I was young is very different than how they teach it at the school. Before, I was never able to calculate the measurements for a job, but now I can look at a job and quickly come up with a plan. Now, Ciro was so inspired by his experience at school that he actually got another guy in his workshop to go through the same welding program at the Wave School, and now both of them are back at the shop taking on all sorts of jobs and growing their business. So I asked Ciro, you know, what's life like for you now? And he said, we're doing okay now. We're earning enough to get by. If I didn't have this job, I wouldn't have any other way to earn a good income. So I love this story. I love the fact that here's a guy who was scraping by, but he was ready and willing to work to do whatever he had to do to care for these 4 kids. And so he just needed that opportunity. He just needed that opportunity, and you and I got to be a part of making that happen. So for me, these stories never get old. And the incredible thing is that we get to be a part of these stories. And I want to make sure that really all of us actually get to be a part of stories like this every single day. So that's why this year we've started something called One Student. One Student is really simple. It's a way for anyone to directly help equip a young person in West Africa with a life-changing job skill. And at the Wave School, every student is required to pay a small tuition fee to show that they're investing in the training that they're receiving. We think that's really important. But that tuition fee only covers a small part of the cost of training a student. So One Student members, they step up and they give monthly to cover the remaining costs. That's about $40 a month. That's what it costs to train someone on a monthly basis in one of the world's smallest and poorest countries. So at the Wave School, every job skills course lasts 3 months. So as a One Student member, at $40 a month, you're helping train 1 student to go through a job skills course every 3 months, or over a year, you're helping train 4 students. Now, I want you to know that if you join One Student, you can give any amount monthly you want. Even at $10 a month, you're training 1 student every single year. So to learn more, go to waveschools.org/one student. And if you're following us on our website, or watching this on our website, or watching this on Facebook Live, we're dropping the link in the comments. And tonight, if you're able to, I want to invite you to join this community of folks who are committed to helping equip youth in Guinea-Bissau with life-changing job skills, 1 student at a time. Now, we're going to do something pretty cool. We're actually going to call in to the school director of the Wave School campus in Kanchungo, a small town in Guinea-Bissau. His name is Lili Mane, and he has been the director of the Waves campus in Kanchungo for 5 years now. He's done an incredible job, and we're actually going to have an interactive Q&A time with Lili. So if you've got a question for Lili about anything, you can just go ahead and type those questions into the comments right now, or at any time here in the next 10 minutes. And we're actually just going to read those questions and have Lili answer them. So this should be fun. Hopefully the internet connection will be good. You never know when you're calling into West Africa. But let's go ahead and bring in Lili to the call. Hi, Lili. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, awesome. So now, first of all, can you please tell us what time it is where you're coming from in Guinea-Bissau?
It is 17 past 2 a.m.
2:17 in the morning. Oh man, wow. Well, thank you so much for calling us in the middle of the night, literally. I really, really appreciate it. That's awesome. That's commitment right there. So now, Lili, this has been a really challenging year for everyone in the world. And I just want to ask you, because I know that in countries like Guinea-Bissau, where the government has issued some lockdown restrictions in response to the pandemic, but hasn't been able to provide the financial support for people who have been affected by this, that and this makes for a very challenging environment. So can you just tell us about the situation in Guinea-Bissau and how the school has managed to work through this year?
Yeah. In Guinea-Bissau, I can tell you by this time, good morning. But in the US, I'm saying good evening. So, first of all, before I start, I want to thank everyone for joining us tonight. We really appreciate it because it is a very big effort. Right now, it's not easy for anyone, but joining us means that there is a love for these people um, who want to do something to change lives. Um, Really, in Guinea-Bissau, from September to no, I mean from March to September, the government forced all the schools to close. So we also are part of the schools that we are closed. But we really did a lot of things for the community because we believe that our work in is not only teaching people, is to make people's life to change. So because of that, we were able to go around different neighborhoods during the COVID time. So it is the first organization in Guinea-Bissau, I mean the NGO, that goes around the neighborhood in Kanchunku to sensitize people about the danger of COVID and how we can prevent. We work side by side with um, the regional coordination of health, so we participate in all the meetings that they have and everything that they have that they want us to communicate to the community. We use our sound system, our car, we drive around all the places that they want us to go to pass the information to the community in order to prevent against the COVID. So we also went there and we asked them what they think that we can do in addition. They show us one ambulance that they have at the hospital that was not working for several times, and we had to bring the ambulance. We fix it, and we also fixed the car of the regional coordination of health, so that helps us a lot. In addition to that, we can see how important this work is for our lives because we were able to pay all our staff during this difficult period of COVID. Not every organization were able to do
Yeah.
that. So, but we did it without any income at the school, but with the help of the donors in the US. So we really appreciate that because we know that it was difficult for you, it was difficult for us, but you sacrifice a little things that you have to help us. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Lili. What a great summary. And, the incredible thing is that you were able to make so much progress in this year. Students now, thankfully, are back in class as of last month. And in the months prior to that, the school was even able to arrange a way to construct a deep water well, which was really needed at the school in order to make sure the school had a reliable source of water to clean the school, keep it sanitized, and provide reliable drinking water. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, we are very thankful for that because, as you see, you have experience coming to Guinea-Bissau several times. Water that people drink here, most of the water is not appropriate for human consumption, but it is a very big risk that people take. So we were able to dig a deep water well. Uh, the water was tested and it is a good quality. That means that we are helping to change people's life around the community. Right now, many people come to the school to fetch drinking water, and they use their wells to fetch water for other um, necessity. So we want to thank the donors for this project.
Yeah, and what's really cool is that the funds that were used for this project were raised back in May when we had a virtual fundraiser called Turn on the Tap. We partnered with an organization called One Day's Wages, and we were able to raise $60,000 to work with your team, Lili, to fund the construction of that water well at the Kanchungo campus. And those funds were also used to fund the construction of a 600-foot deep well at a new campus in the capital city, Bissau, that Waves is in the process of constructing. And so to everyone who gave back in May, here is the results of your investment. Thank you so much for giving generously so that both folks at the Kanchungo and the Bissau campus can now have access to clean drinking water. So Lili, we've got an opportunity now to just take questions from people who are joining us tonight. So if you have a question, if you're watching right now and you have a question for Lili, we can actually have Lili answer it live right now. Just type your question in the comments box, and we're gonna give Lili an opportunity to answer it. So the first question is coming from John, and his question is, what motivates you to do this job?
John, this is an interesting question. Um, I am someone who came from a poor family, and I was trained in one technical school here in Guinea-Bissau in Bula, and I saw the difference before I was trained and after I was trained. So that is still in my heart, and I feel like to change people's life, we have to do something. There's a lot of people out there who really want to do something for their life. They want to work hard, but they don't have opportunity. So to me, doing this job is a great opportunity for me to contribute for my society and my brothers and sisters to change their life and their family's life. This motivates me a lot. Even right now, it is 2 a.m., but I'm so excited to do something because I know that I'm helping myself and my community. So in Guinea-Bissau, it says if someone is washing your back, you have to wash your stomach. So I'm so excited to work hard to help my community so that people's life can change. If my life change and others' life doesn't change, it means that my life will not have, I will not achieve my objective, I mean.
That's a really great way, I think, to summarize where you're coming from. So thank you so much, Lili. We've got another question from Eric York. And Eric asks, how has the school impacted the local community?
Thank you, Eric. I think the reason of our existence is to have impact. So, and I really like this question. The school has impacted the community in different way. One thing is that when you say that you are working at the school, people associate you with someone who has a good reputation because people that are trained at the school, they have been giving a good example of what they have learned. Uh, just to mention few impact, we have many people that come to the school with zero income. They come to the school, even to pay their school fees is a problem. But now we have many of them who have their own shop now. They are doing their job, they are providing income for themselves, and they are helping their families. I think that that is a very big impact that we are really doing. And another impact that I see is sharing the word of God because we don't just teach people job skills, we teach you how you can relate with other people in a way that will help you to get income, but in a appropriate way, not to cheat people, not to lie to people, but to do a honest job, get your income, and change your life and other people's life.
Thank you, Lili. Yeah, I really appreciate those answers. That's really well spoken. Okay, so I think we've got one last question here, and this is from Martha, and her question is, what is the next thing that you would like to see taught there?
Yeah. Hi, Martha. Thank you very much. Before I answer the question, I want to say that the reason of your existence has a very big impact in our community. Today, we are here because of God and because of your effort and your team. So we really want to see a lot of things at the school, but right now, what we have been doing, we did a survey. We went to 3 different communities to ask people what they really want to happen at the school. If you ask us, we will tell you that we want sewing to come back, to continue. We want to continue the mechanic course. We want a lot of things, but to specify what we really want to do now, we want to rely on what the community really want. Then from there, we will include it in our plan to see whether um, what we have, our resources, our capability, our know-how, we can put it together to fulfill that need that the community have.
Thanks,
The
Lili.
question,
And
the answer
oh,
is somehow vague, but it's because we want to rely on what the community wants before we decide what we want to do in the future.
thank you, Lili. And so Martha is one of our founders, which is why you were just thanking her for all of her work and her vision. And we've got a
Yeah.
few questions popping up here, but really only about a minute or two left. And so Barbara Douglas asks, how many students attend your school? What vocations are they able to learn? And so we've got about 200 students there every year at the Kanchungo campus, learning welding, computer basics, English, French. We've also got a question from Greg. In what way is the local church partnering with the school? Lili, do you want to talk about how where our teachers are coming from?
Sorry, I didn't get this last question.
Okay, let's put up Greg's question. In what way is the local church partnering with the school?
Yeah.
And I'll also ask you if you can answer another question, which is, and how can we be praying for you?
How?
How can we be praying for you?
Yeah. Starting from the first question, The local church is partnering with the school in different way. The local church pray for the school. We share the same campus. We have our space at the school that is used for the church, and the electricity is given to the church. The youth at the church, they every term that we are starting classes, we give them two scholarship. So yeah, just to summarize, we also have a close relationship with the pastor. Whenever we have any ceremony at the school, he is the person that we invite to do the opening prayers. So and give some words to the community. And going to the second question, just to be short, um, we really want you to pray for us in a different way. First of all, is to have a communion. I mean, the unity between people who are carrying this project to go forward. As you know, we are living in a community. Not everyone are Christian, so we have a lot of challenges, and that challenges that we really need prayers to be strong so that we can take this project forward.
Thank you, Lili. Yeah, well, so we have to move on, but I just want to share one comment from Carissa, and we can put that up there. And she said, and this is just a comment for you, Lili. She said, "Thank you for sharing your story, and I'm so inspired by you and all that you are doing." So thank you, Carissa, for those words of encouragement. And Lili, what I want to do right now is because we are working and living on different continents, but yet we're working together. And so I know that it's not often that you have the opportunity to sort of meet the folks who are here in the States giving monthly to help make it possible for students to attend the WAVE School. And so right now what I want to do is actually introduce you to a few of them real quick. They sent in some photos. The first couple I want to introduce you to are Steve and Becky. They're part of, all of these people are part of the One Student community. And Steve and Becky have been giving every month since 2017. John and Tracy, they've been giving monthly since 2011. Kevin and Teresa have been giving since 2017. The Ish family have been giving since 2018. And Luke and Crystal and their wonderful son Oliver have been giving since 2017. And so I just wanted to share with you a few of the photos and introduce you to some of the people who really are wanting to see you succeed, see the students succeed, and see the team succeed, and are really committed to making that happen. So anyways, Lili, just a chance for you to meet some of the folks over here.
Yeah. I'm somehow nervous. I don't have enough words to thank you. But I just want to let you know that we really appreciate whatever you are doing. Nowadays, in this world that we are living, no one has enough. So we have our struggles. Each and everyone is trying to overcome his or her problems, but making a donation is a sacrifice. So you are trying to help people's life. It's not easy, but I just want to guarantee you that whatever you are doing for this community, we are making sure that we use it well and put it in the right place that we're supposed to put it, because in fact we are working as a team. For you to see that you are doing the right thing is to see the result. So we will be always committed to have results of all the monies that we are receiving from you. Thank you very much.
So Lili, thank you again so much for joining us tonight in the middle of the night. and all the sacrifices and hard work that you put into your job every single day. And so just know that we're praying for you, we're behind you, we're with you, and I'm so thankful for everything you and your team are doing. So thank you again for joining us.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
All right, go get some sleep. So, wow, that was awesome. That was great. Our internet connection worked well. What a wonderful opportunity to hear from the Kanchungo campus director himself. So now what I want to do is give you a quick update on how things are going with the live auction, because remember, everything that's raised from the online auction is going to go towards reaching the goal tonight. And if you haven't had a chance to bid yet, you can go to 32auctions.com/DDWA. Now, a few of the items here that I just want to highlight. The first is a 2-night stay at a cozy cottage in Cambria. Right now, Becky Carolyn is winning this bid at $1,000. We've got the 3-night stay at the spacious cabin in Hume Lake. And right now, Josh Krumhuer is winning at $1,750. So that's still a pretty good deal right there. And finally, Judy Collins, who is in fact related to me, is winning the flight to anywhere in California departing from Fresno at $500. Now there is still 22 minutes left to bid on these items. So go check it out. We will end it at exactly 8 o'clock. So we just heard from Lili about all the work that he and his team are doing at the Waves campus in Kanchungo. And the exciting thing is that campus opened in 2006, and since then it's trained more than 1,300 students. Now we have an opportunity today to be able to expand the impact of that school in a pretty dramatic way. I mentioned during the call with Lili that Waves recently started construction on a second campus in the capital city, Bissau. This campus will sit on 28 acres of property right in the largest city in the whole country. And once it's built out, this campus will be able to train more than 1,000 students every single year. Now you can see our contractor is already hard at work constructing the first classroom building on this campus. The well is already constructed. And we expect to be able to open our doors to this new campus sometime in the first half of this next year, which is going to be really exciting. And one of the reasons why it's so important to reach this goal tonight is because those funds will help with the construction of the second phase, which is going to include the next classroom building, as well as a fairly large welding workshop where we'll be able to take the very successful welding program in Kanchungo and replicate that and scale it up in Bissau. And all of this is moving towards a day when this campus will be able to train 5 times as many students as we do every year right now. So we have a lot to be excited about. And right now, I want to invite you to be a part of this journey. And I want to invite you to be a part of creating a world where everyone, no matter who they are or where they are, everyone has the opportunity to work for a brighter future. And to do that, it's going to take all of us. So let's take a look at where we're at with our goal tracker right now. You can see all of you have pitched in. We've actually raised a little bit just in the time that we've been talking. We're at 32,218. Our goal is 150. And every single dollar that's donated tonight is going to be matched. It's going to be doubled because of those generous donors who have put together the matching fund up until we hit that $150,000 goal. So what we're going to do is in a moment, we're going to bring Libota and Mbonda, djembe drummers, back on up here. And what they're going to put on a show. It's going to be awesome. And while they're doing that, let's reach that goal. You can do that. You can make a contribution towards the goal by going online to waveschools.org/donate. If you're watching us online on our website or on Facebook Live, you can see that we're dropping the link right there. You can make your contribution right now. And for those of you who are at the watch parties, you can make a donation online, or you can use the donation envelope that came with your program and make a gift by cash or check. Just make sure you get those donation envelopes to your host sometime here in the next 5 or 10 minutes. And we'll get those added to the goal tracker so that at 8 o'clock, exactly 8 o'clock, I'll be back up here and we're going to see if we hit that goal or not. So with that, I just want to thank you again to each and every one of you for being here. Thank you so much. We are going to turn things over to Libota and Bonda, and I'm going to come back up here in a few minutes, give you an update on where we're at. But for now, join me in welcoming back up these amazing djembe drummers. Take it away. was amazing. Thank you so much. So, is this a show or what? This is pretty amazing. Now, I just want to give you all a quick update on how much you have raised so far, how we're doing towards reaching that $150,000 goal. And so let's go ahead and pull it up. We are at $35,000.88. So thank you, and it's going up as we talk. And remember, every single dollar is going to get doubled. It's going to get matched thanks to the matching fund. And another way that you can contribute to the goal is through the online auction. And so I just want to give you just a quick update on the online auction. Let's see. I'm going to pull this up right now. We are at, let's see, $1,000 on the Cambria and $1,750. It's pretty much the same. So there are still some good opportunities right now in the online auction. Now, one of the things that we did earlier this evening that I think is really cool is that we actually invited all of you to send in photos of yourself holding up a sign with the city and the state that you're joining us from tonight. And so we're actually going to share a few of those photos right now just to celebrate all of us together. And we have Kathy and Randy and, oh man, I got to keep up with this, Randy and Chris. We've got Gerald and Johanna from Corvallis, Oregon. We've got the York family, Eric, Charlene, Nora, tuning in from Fresno. We've got Richard and Kay Cannon joining from Fresno. The Carolyn family joining from Fresno. And Sam and Dee Dee Babcock joining us from Clovis. All right, I love this. We've got the Wrighton family from Corona, California. That is the name of a city in California. You can live there if you want. I know the Wrightons, so I'm okay making fun of them. We've got the Poitras family from Madeira. It's also a wonderful city you can live in. We've got their neighbors, the Doda Watch Party from Madeira, and Laura and Steven as well. We've got guests of Sam and Dee Dee Babcock's Watch Party in Clovis. Thank you so much. We've got Dan and Christine in Seattle. Hey guys, thanks so much for joining us tonight. We've got Eric and my son Mauro joining us from Fresno. All right, that's great. And these would be my parents, Chuck and Judy, joining from Cambria, California. Yes, they are staying at that cabin that you can bid on. Finally, we have a pizza party with Larry and Ruth with the Family Bible Church in Oak Harbor, Washington. We don't see their faces, but we see the pizza. They unfortunately were not able to be part of the watch parties here in the valley that got delivered this delicious West African food. So pizza, I guess, is the second best option. Now, I want to introduce you to someone. Here we go. All right. Now, this is Gus. Gus is our mascot. Everyone's like, why are we watching this instead of djembe drumming? Okay, so I'll make this quick. Gus is our mascot. He was left behind at a fundraiser several years ago. We don't know who left him, but he became our adopted mascot, I guess you will say. And we actually took him to Guinea-Bissau. He got to see the school, and now he has, in fact, an Instagram account, which you can follow at gus.the.travel.bug. And you get all the sort of behind-the-scenes updates on what's happening at the Waves office. And so if you're not following Gus yet, you should right now. Luke, are you ready? Toss him back. Okay, so with that, we're going to turn it back over to Libota Ambonda, and I'll be back here in a bit just to give you an update. Remember, waveschools.org/donate if you want to make a donation online right now towards reaching the goal. All that has to happen before 8 o'clock, only 9 minutes from now. Let's turn it back to Libota Mbonda.
Hello everyone, my name is Dante and I am the lead djembe fola for Libota Bonda. Today we're going to play for you guys a song called Tariba, a song from the Boke region near Guinea-Bissau. So Tariba was a famous dancer with the Laduma people. He would travel to different villages and he would perform with all of his percussionists and his drummers. So today we know all of you guys are at home and we hope you are all safe. So today we will play the Tariba song for you guys to celebrate waves and to spread joy for you guys. Konde ya ya Konde ya ah mama pagagini biri nyamweso. Konde ya Konde ya ah mama pagagini biri nyamweso. Konde ya Konde ya ah mama pagagini biri nyamweso. Yepa. Sakawonde, 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 Sakawondo. Aha. Sakawonde, 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 Sakawondo. Epa. Aha.
was amazing. All right, thank you so much. All right, so what an awesome show. Libota and Bonda, they are incredible, and we are so lucky to have them here tonight. So let's take a look at everything that you've done tonight and everything that you've contributed towards giving young people in West Africa that opportunity to work for a brighter future. So let's pull up our goal tracker and see where we're at tonight. We're at 57,348, which is incredible. So thank you so much to each and every one of you who have donated. And it's still going up, so I think we might have some of the cash and check donations at the watch party still coming in, and we'll provide you an update later on by email. But first, I just want to also give an update on where we're at with the online auction. And okay, here we go. The numbers are just coming in. Becky won the Cambria Cottage at $1,100. Ashley got the Hume Lake Cabin at $2,225. And coming in as we speak, okay, Abby, nope, okay, someone won it. I believe it's Abby. Abby Ari won the flight to anywhere in California, departing from Fresno, for $1,200. Way to go, each and every one of you. Thank you to everyone who participated in the online auction. Now, tonight is not over. It is if you want it to be, because this is technically when our event ends. But we kind of have a little bit of a bonus round that we're going to go into right now. Earlier this evening, we had sort of a separate live stream event for all of the folks who are attending at the watch parties in the California Central Valley here. And we had a little friendly competition, a little friendly bidding competition. And the winner of that bid what they won was a private concert with Patrick Contreras, who's an incredibly gifted violinist right here in Fresno. He's been to Guinea-Bissau. You can see this is actually a music video that he filmed in Guinea-Bissau. And so Patrick has agreed to donate a private concert to the winning watch party bidder. And that concert is happening right now. So he's going to put on a 30-minute concert, and we're actually going to go over, we're going to head over to the watch party, or we're going to call into the watch party here in a minute. And we're actually going to watch that private concert live. So if you want to stick around and join us for that, you're more than welcome to. But I just want to thank you. If you've got to bow out right now, I just want to thank you so much for joining here, for being a part of tonight, and for giving generously. I'm so thankful for each and every one of you. Now we're going to sort of finish off this part with that music video that you just saw. We're going to play the whole thing. It's about 3 or 4 minutes, a beautiful music video. And then once that's done, we're going to go to the home of the Ford family, who were the winning bidders on this little friendly competition that we had. So let's go ahead and play that music video, and we'll be back here in just a few minutes. All right, so that was beautiful. Thank you again to Patrick, who is now at the home of the Fords where he's about to begin his concert. But first, we've had a few folks who have sent in some more photos showing where they are calling from. So let's go ahead and pull up those photos. And we have, let's see, this is a group from Madeira, but I'm not sure. This looks like the Price Page Company group right here. Sam and Dee Dee. And then let's see, we also have, I believe this is Kyle Olguin, perhaps, his group right there, joining from Madeira. So thank you to those. And let's see, here we have some folks from Shoreline. And is this the Watts, I believe? Yes, it is. So Shoreline, Washington. Shout out to Shoreline, where I grew up. We've got the Ratto Party, Joel with his trademark selfie style. I love it. Thank you so much. Oh, and that dolphin is now getting a hug instead of getting kicked. If you were not here for the watch party hour earlier, that probably made no sense at all. Just a little bit of background. These innocent little children were kicking this little dolphin around, this fake dolphin. So anyways, I won't tell the whole story, but needless to say, I'm happy that there's a resolution here. Okay, let's move on. We've got some kids from Clovis, California, and I'm sorry I don't have their names, but they are adorable. I believe that's also from the Rattos. Also from Clovis, California. That's great. And I can't see where they're calling from or they're joining us from, but we've got some other folks as well. Thank you so much. And hey, you guys all look wonderfully comfortable, taking in the night. Thank you so much for being here and joining us. And I'm sorry, I just can't see the. Okay, this is the Olguins coming in from Madeira. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's see, who else do we have? Also from Madeira. Thank you very much. And Shoreline, Washington. This is the Watts. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And I know that Evan actually had a little bit of a watch party in Shoreline as well. And actually, we had one in Oak Harbor, Washington. So we actually had 2 watch parties out in Washington State too, which was awesome. And there's Kyle himself in Madeira with his dad. Thank you so much for hosting a watch party, Kyle. It looks like you all had a really great time. And we also have another photo coming in from Shoreline. Shoreline representing. That's great. And let's see, that is it. So thank you to all of you who sent in photos. That's wonderful. So glad to have you join us tonight to be a part of this really special night. So let's just take one last peek here before we go live to Patrick. And I'm going to say that we are, okay, so actually we're going to go live to Patrick. And then we are going to come back here probably in about, probably in about 15 minutes or 20 minutes and just sort of finish up the night. But for now, let's actually go to, let's call in Mark Ford. And Mark, can you hear us?
I'm going to say that we are.
Or I think we're on Patrick's camera. So let's see, is Patrick ready to go?
And then we are going to come back here probably in about.
It looks like he is giving a little bit of a talk to introduce himself, and we'll have him just sort of move his camera over here in just a second, and once he's ready, we're gonna get that concert going. So this is what I love about live events. You never know what's gonna happen, and pretty much like everything that we're doing tonight is like an experiment. I can't tell you like how many conversations we had. We were just like, what if we tried this?
Super delighted to have Patrick.
Okay, so I think we're ready.
It was probably about 7 years ago, and I just fell in love with him, and just really excited. So enjoy the concert. Thank you. All right, now I'm going to put the phone on. I'm going to connect this there if you don't mind. Oh, got it. And so this going to be turned.
Patrick, can you hear us?
I can.
Awesome. Hey, thank you so much, man, for doing this. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Okay. Can you see me?
Yes, we can see you.
Okay, perfect.
Might want to stand back just another foot or two, but I think you're looking pretty good.
Okay, yeah, I will. I'm going to get the plugs right here.
This is real life right here. This is how you do it. All right, I'm bowing out.
Okay, you guys. And then we're going to do some favorite traditionals, like you were mentioning, some traditional Christian songs. And then we'll finish out some rock. So here we go. Here's a little blues to get things warmed up.
Okay, stick with us. We're going to try a take 2 here. All right, okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to ask Mark to go ahead and call in and just use his phone. Okay. Maybe there's someone else there. That is Mark's phone, I've been told. So maybe there's someone else there that's got a phone that they can link or click on the link to be able to get this live feed, because unfortunately, yeah, that audio was not working out so well. So let's go ahead and we can go back to Patrick, but let's just keep the volume down here just a little bit. And in the meantime, we'll try and come up with a solution so we can check this concert out with some better audio. Okay, let's do it. Patrick, can you hear us? Patrick, can you hear us? Okay. Well, man, what a bummer. So, unfortunately, we weren't able to figure out a way to get that taken care of. But that still doesn't mean that you shouldn't try and get a chance to check out Patrick Contreras one of these days. Really an incredible musician. And so we're just going to do one last quick update and then finish up the night here on how we are doing towards reaching that goal, because many of you have sent in a contribution just here in the last 10 minutes or so, and so thankful for that. And so let's take a look at where we're at with the goal tracker. $69,648. All of that matched. Thank you so much. That is incredible. And again, We're going to finish off the night right now, but I just really appreciate each and every one of you for being here, to all our sponsors, our volunteers, our watch party hosts, everyone who made tonight possible. We look forward to next year, Dine-In Discover West Africa, October 2021. We don't know what the format is going to be like or what the world will be like, but something's going to happen October 2021 for next Dine-In Discover West Africa. So thank you again, and everyone have a great night.